Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Koefiya Chronicles, brought to you by the Cape Malay Choir Board's Youth Council. We are with the legendary Ottomans today in Boekap. We are joined by EP13 and Auntie Fatima Abrams. Assalamu alaikum. How are you doing?
Walaikum salam.
All right.
Cool. Okay. Can you introduce yourself and what your role is at the team? I think we can start with Imtiaz.
Okay. My name is EP13. My role at the team, I'm currently serving on the working committee. And just a member of the Malay Choir.
Nice. Okay, Auntie Fatima.
How do I say this? I used to be the secretary of Ottomans Sporting Club. I've since handed over the secretarial duties to Mani Kaida, but I do oversee the high-end or the high-profile communication that goes out still.
Okay, so we are here to find out a bit about the club's history and what we can expect for the upcoming season. So obviously Ottomans has a rich history behind, and there is a badge. Can anyone tell me a little bit about the badge, any history that we do know? Obviously we know we weren't around maybe at the time the badge was established, but whatever stories there have been passed along.
Listen, we've done a bit of research regarding the badge, and what I can say to you, what I know from the little bit of research that I've done, is that Ottoman Sporting Club, the Malay Choir, was born out of the cricket club. The cricket club presently is 142 years old.
Wow.
Ottoman Sporting Club, this year we're celebrating our 75th anniversary. So the Malay Choir was obviously born much later, in later years. And what I do know is that some of the founder members of the Malay Choir were affiliated to the cricket club as well. The badge, if we compare the Ottoman Sporting Club badge to the cricket club badge, there are similarities, but it's not exactly the same. Our club colours, however, are the same, which is the royal blue, the yellow, and the white. Yes, our badge means a lot to us. That is our corporate badge, and we use it on all our corporate stationery. But in terms of apparel and branding, we have changed, we have tweaked it a bit, because it needs to trend, obviously. So, yeah.
Shukran for that. So as we know, we are in our 85th anniversary this year as the Cape Malay Choir Board, and we are focusing on our history. So we each have our own history. Is there anything in particular that stands out for you? I'll ask Imtiaz first. A highlight with the choir, a personal highlight you have, or a team highlight since you've been with Ottomans.
So, I've been with the choir since 2008. No broken history. I've been with the club since that year. That was my first year. We've been through our ups and our downs. We actually became a consistent team over the years. Under the coaching of Puta Boy Al-Arham, Allah grant him Jannah. A very big role, a big person that played a big role in everybody's lives, especially for the youth at Ottomans. And at the time, installed a lot of techniques of how to produce tone. So we were actually renowned for our tone over the years. And so a highlight of my personal years would be the year that we won everything in 1 year. So it was the Heritage Cup. We won our section, we won the top 8, and we actually won the Koefiya. So that was,
Our anniversary, yes.
5 years ago actually. So we're looking forward to this season. It's our 75th anniversary. It means a lot to us. So inshallah we're gonna come guns blazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then your highlight?
I think the expectation was for me to say winning the Koefiya in the anniversary year, or the back-to-back Heritage Cup. For me, it was more than that. I think winning and victory it's become secondary to me. For me, what stood out was, as Imtiaz had pointed out, in the year 2017, the team faced a huge challenge at the demise of our then coach, Boy. And for me, what stood out and the highlight of my years at the team was the consistency that was maintained because with the demise of the coach, then obviously came a huge transition. We needed to source other coaches, and we decided, as a management team decided, we were going to source that somehow within the club, or people who were already familiar with the guys, to make it easier to work with. You must understand, we're speaking about youth at the time who had latched onto this man, and he was more than just a coach to everyone. And yes, we took the plunge, and we said we appointed 2 people who were already familiar with the club. But what stood out for me overall of the year 2018, so that was 2017 going into 2018, was the level of consistency that we came back with, the resilience to still produce and still come out tops. Because I think that was the year that everyone expected the choir to fail. And yeah.
That's nice. And I think it's important to note, that some highlights and memories, it's not always about winning or about the trophies. But it's about the challenges that you come through, that you overcome.
I'm sure we can all share, and all the other choirs that you've interviewed, we can share many memories and many highlights. And that is but one of the highlights for me. And another highlight was, for me personally, was the achievement also in the anniversary of the club, when I won the President's Administrators Award.
Nice.
And that was for me by far the most honored man in this organization ever.
Great. Okay, so to move along, as we've mentioned, the Cape Malay Choir Board is celebrating its 85th anniversary. Are there any expectations or any comments you can make about the Cape Malay Choir Board, what you expect for the season going ahead from the board side of things? Obviously, Auntie Fatima serving on the board, you know what it takes, and Imtiaz being in this game. Anything you guys want or expect of the board going forward?
Look, I think the board or the executive that we currently have, it's a very young, vibrant executive. Looking forward, they have bright ideas. Especially for what I see, that's currently on social media trending, because all I see is the Cape Malay Choir Board trending on social media. So it's a good thing for people to recognize us, because we are one of the longest serving establishments as well. But from my side, I would just say they must just do the job and
do the job.
And just be there for the teams, man. That's all.
100%. Any comment from your side on the board going forward, Auntie Fatima?
What I'd like to see from my side personally, I think, it's all well and good to focus on funding. Look, all the choirs are in need of funding, and we can see that by the number of scheduled events. But I feel that we need to start with the fundamentals. Choirs need to become self-sufficient. Choirs need to become self-sustaining, and we need to kind of strategize ways and means around that. And this has been an ongoing issue for years and years and years. The choirs don't have funding, the choirs don't have money. You do something. You create something from there. And if we all support one another, that's the first thing. Let us all try and support one another. And even the Cape Malay Choir Board and its exco support the choirs when they have an event. Understand what I'm saying? Then in terms of funding, I feel that we have focused so much on funding and securing funding that we're actually losing sight of the very essence and what we stand for. Simple things like New Year's Eve. What's happened to New Year's Eve? We get dictated to. How long we can perform, how long we can be on the road for. Take that, go back 20 years and see if we had to go through any of this that we're going through now. And the question I keep asking, and I've been asking this, I've even addressed Mr. April about this, the late Mr. April, Allah grant him Jannah. The question I keep asking is, why are we so easily, what's the word I'm looking for, dictated to, in terms of, no, you can't walk in that time, you can't walk in that area, you can't walk You need to have this fencing up and all of that. 20 years ago, we had none of that. It's the same sport. You know what? Can I say something? We had 3 times the amount of choirs back then compared to now. What's different, guys? And this is what I feel we need to start fighting for.
100%.
Because slowly we are focusing on funding and we're losing out. We're losing out of what this culture is actually all about.
Okay, shukran for that. I think to start wrapping things up, the burning question, you know, so like you said in Ottomans 70th anniversary, they won the Silver Fez.
Yeah.
So it's the 75th anniversary this year. What can we expect from Ottomans for this season?
There's a lot of work being done in the background. Our coaches, Coach Amir and Coach Mosa. So they getting us up to speed. I'm not going to say much, but there's a lot that's happening. And we're all going to come out for something though. So yeah, I'm not going to say too much about that and speak or sound arrogant about it. But it's coming in thing.
I think, you know, everybody in all the interviews we've done until this point, they're trying to keep it low, and when you ask them what we can expect, they say, you know, Sikalma. But that, you know, we know when the team sees that the Koefiya is coming. What
I
can
can tell you, every choir struggles this time of the year. Every choir struggles, and that's not a lie. If anyone told you that, they are struggling. Because people are not, and I know this from experience, people do not attend rehearsals now as they do in the last 6 weeks leading up to competition. Now you feel the buzz. Now you feel an atmosphere in your rehearsal rooms.
Okay, and then just to end off, so as you've seen at our draw, we have instated a youth council. Is there any advice or encouragement that you can offer and share with the youngsters?
I must say that I was pleasantly surprised by this new founded youth council, and I'm very impressed.
Okay, shukran, Auntie Fatima and Imtiaz. As you guys heard, Ottomans say, hulle kom met die ding die. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on our videos.